Alrighty, folks, welcome to the program for Saturday, July 19th, 2025. Happy Saturday to you. Hopefully you had a great start to the weekend. And if you're joining me for the first time here today, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. And if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video here today that I actually like the best, my daily best play is just $1.99 for 30 days worth of access. The math works out to be just 6 cents a day. Of course, if you want to see all of my premium selections, you may want to think about signing up for my full access, all-inclusive Gold Club membership. Gold Club members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. I also have some free content on my premium page as well. That includes my current overall win-loss record. You can access that right now in the post section. Don't have to pay anything to take a look at that. Just go to the post section and continue to scroll down until you find it. I currently have over 2,600 members who are signed up and active on my premium page as of right now. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. Going to start off with the Giants at the Blue Jays, 3:07 Eastern first pitch. San Francisco's minus $1.25 as the road team. Totals 8.5. Logan Webb for the Giants, Eric Lauer for Toronto. And we do have a real good matchup on the hill here today. Toronto's Eric Lauer, he's got a winning record on the year, ERA in the 2s. And no real surprise, the lefty's recorded only 2 losses this season, currently has a stingy 1.04 whip, and that's really not overly surprising. This Blue Jays pitching staff's in the top 5 in the league in strikeouts per game on the mound, and they're facing a Giants lineup who definitely struggles getting base runners at times. As a matter of fact, San Francisco's in the bottom 3 in hits per game at the plate. As a team, the Giants did take the loss in 4 out of their last 5 ball games. They were shut out twice during that short stretch. Now, 7 out of the Giants' last 10 outings stayed under the total. Toronto games went 8-2 to the under in their last 10 themselves. I like the Blue Jays plus 105, under 8.5. Reds Mets, 4:10 Eastern first pitch. New York's minus $1.80, totals 9. Clay Holmes for the Mets, Nick Martinez for Cincy. Now, Martinez has recorded 7 wins on the year with a 1.21 whip. And as a staff, these Cincy pitchers are allowing just 7.8 hits a game. They're facing a Mets lineup who struggles at times getting on the base paths. And at the moment, the Mets are currently a bottom 10 hit-producing team. As a club, New York's taken the loss in 5 out of their last 8 outings. When it comes to the total, 6 out of New York's last 10 gatherings with the Reds did stay under the number. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. Meanwhile, Cincy games went 8-2 to the under in their last 10 themselves. I like the Reds plus 1.5, under 9. Royals, Marlins, 4:10 Eastern start. Kansas City's $1.25, totals 9. Michael Wacha for the Royals, Cal Quantrill for Miami. Now, Cal's just 3-8 on the year, really not getting a ton of run support. This Marlins lineup averages just 3.6 runs a game in their own building. And they're facing a Royals pitching staff on the other side who's been dynamic on the road. KC's in the top 3 and fewest runs allowed in their travels. And listen, don't let Michael Wacha's win-loss record fool you. The righty still has an ERA in the 3s along with 84 strikeouts. Now, 6 out of KC's last 10 ball games did stay under the number. Marlins games went 7-3 to the under in their last 10. I like the Royals minus $1.25, under 9. Angels, Phillies, 6:05 East. Philadelphia's minus 130, totals 9. Taijuan Walker for the Titans, Yusei Kikuchi for Los Angeles. Now, the Cooch man's just 4-6 on the year. Angels have a losing record on the road. And out of the Angels' last 10 gatherings with the Phillies, they really struggled on the mound. They allowed 7.1 runs a game on average during that time frame. So once again, if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. As far as this season's concerned, well, the Phils have typically hit well at the bank. Phillies averaging nearly double-digit hits a game in front of their home crowd. Kyle Schwarber, 31 homers, 70 RBI. Trey Turner, on-base percentage in the mid-300s. 24 stolen bases for Turner. 9 out of the Phils' last 10 meetings with Los Angeles got over the total. Angel games went 7-3 to the over in their last 10 themselves. I like the Phillies minus 130, over 9. White Sox Pirates 640 East. Pittsburgh's 135, totals 9. Mike Burrows for the Pirates. Adrian Hauser for Chicago. And as good as Hauser's been, the White Sox as a team, well, they lost 6 out of their last 9. They're now 12-36 in their travels, and a lot of that shittiness is due to the bats. Sox are averaging under 3.1 runs a game in their travels. And they're facing a Pittsburgh squad who's been tough to face at PNC Park. Bucks are allowing just 3.6 runs a game in the Steel City. As bad as the Pirates have been this year, they still have a winning record in their own stadium. 7 out of the Pirates' last 10 ball games did fall under the total. White Sox games went 67% to the under this year away from home. Lots of unders when they travel. I like the Pirates minus 135, under 9. Padres Nationals 645 East. San Diego's $1.35, totals 9.5. Yu Darvish for the Pods. Mitchell Parker for Washington. Now, Parker's got double-digit losses on the year, just 5-10 coming into Saturday's start. And at the plate, Washington has not hit well at Nationals Park. They're a bottom 10 run-scoring team at home. And they're facing a Padres pitching staff who actually allows just 3.9 runs a game, currently in the top 5 in fewest hits allowed. Now, their last 10 gatherings with the Nats, they've really mowed down these Nationals batters. They've limited Washington to under 7.1 hits per 9 during that 10-game span. I like the Padres minus 135, under 9.5. Orioles Rays 705 East. Tampa Bay is minus 120, totals 8.5. Zach Littell for the Rays. Dean Kremer for Baltimore. Now, Kremer's recorded 7 losses on the year, ERA of 4.24. As a staff, these O's pitchers just haven't been good enough getting outs. They're allowing more hits a game than any other team besides one. And that's certainly good news for Tampa because these guys have little problems getting on the base pass. This is a top 5 hit-producing lineup. Jonathan Aranda hits .319, on-base percentage nearly in the 400s. And Junior Caminero with 25 homers, 64 ribbies. Now, out of the Rays' last 10 gatherings with Baltimore, they've really smacked around these O's pitchers. Tampa averaged 11 hits a game during that time frame. Give me the Rays minus 120, over 8.5. Tigers Rangers 705 East. Texas is $1.20, totals 9. Kumar Rocker for the Rangers. Keter Montero for the Tigers. Now, Montero's recorded only one loss thus far in the year, 4-1 on record coming into Saturday's start. He's squaring off against a Ranger lineup who's had all kinds of problems at the plate. Texas is averaging just 7.4 hits a game at Globe Life Field, bottom 5 in runs per game in their own building. 6 out of the Rangers' last 10 meetings with the Tigers did fall under the total. Tigers with unders in 3 out of their last 4 on the road. Give me Detroit plus $1. Under 9. A's Guardians 710 East. Cleveland's $1.35, totals 8.5. Logan Allen for the Guardians. Luis Severino for the A's. Now Sevy's just 2-11 on the year, ERA in the 5s, and these A's arms have definitely cost these guys plenty of ball games. They're allowing over 5.6 runs per contest. That's nearly most in the majors. And they're facing a Cleveland squad who's been pounding the baseball recently. They went 7-1 straight up in their last 8. 6.1 runs a game they averaged during that time frame. Jose Ramirez leads the clubhouse in homers and ribbies. Stephen Kwan on-base percentage in the mid-300s. 6 out of the Guardians' last 10 outings did get over the total. A's games went 60% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I like the Guardians minus 135, over 8.5. Red Sox Cubs 7:15 East. Chicago's $1.45. Totals 8.5. Shota Imanaga for the Cubs. Brian Bayo for Boston. And as good as Bayo's been, the Red Sox don't typically pitch well away from Fenway. Boston's in the bottom 10 in runs allowed on the road. And no real surprise, the Bo Sox do have a losing record in their travels. They're facing a Cubbies team who's been tough to beat at Wrigley this year. 31-16 in the friendly confines for the Northsiders. Top 3 run-scoring team at the plate. Seiya Suzuki, 26 homers, 80 RBI. Matt Bush, OPS of 918. 3 out of the Cubs' last 4 at home did get over the total. Boston games went 60% to the over in their last 10. I like the Cubs minus 145, over 8.5. Yankees Braves 7:15 East. New York's $1.25. Totals 9.5. Will Warren for the Pinstripers. Joey Wentz for Atlanta. Now, the Braves did get the W in 4 out of their last 6. They're a tough team to hit against at Truist Park. The Braves are striking out double-digit batters a game on their own field. They're facing a Yankee lineup who's had all kinds of problems making contact. They struggle with strikeouts at the dish. They're fanning 9.7 times a game on the road, bottom 5 in the league in strikeouts per game. And out of their last 10 gatherings with Atlanta, the Bombers have certainly struggled with Braves pitching. They average just 2.7 runs a game during that span. And no real surprise, the under cashed in 60% of those head-to-head meetings. Braves games went 66% to the under this year at Truist Park. Give me the Braves plus 105, under 9.5. Cardinals, Diamondbacks, 7:15 East. St. Louis is $1.20, totals 8. Sonny Gray for the Redbirds. Ryan Nelson for Arizona. Now, Nelson's recorded just 2 losses on the year. 5-2 record coming into Saturday's start. And there's a pretty good chance he'll get plenty of run support. Arizona is a top 5 run-scoring team. Eugenio Suarez, 31 homers, 78 ribbies. Geraldo Perdomo, on-base percentage of .371. And even though starting pitcher Sonny Gray's had a real good first half of the season, the Cards typically pitch poorly away from Busch Stadium. They're in the bottom 10 in runs allowed on the road, bottom 3 in strikeouts per 9. Now, total-wise, the Cards' last 4 straight on the road did get over the number, 9-1 of the over in their last 10 at any location. Give me the D-backs plus $1, over 8. Twins Rockies 8:10 p.m. East. Minnesota's $1.85, totals 12. Zebby Matthews for the Twins. Antonio Sensatella for Colorado. And as much as I've shit on Sensatella this year, the Rockies have covered the run line in 3 out of their last 4 at Coors Field. Their pitchers have allowed just 3.5 runs a game in their last 4 contests. They're facing a Twins lineup who's definitely had their issues away from Target Field. They're in the bottom 5 in runs per game on the road. When it comes to the run line, well, Minnesota failed to cover in 7 out of their last 10 outings. Now, total-wise, the under did cash in 70% of those 10 games I just mentioned. Rockies saw unders in 6 out of their last 10 themselves. Give me Colorado plus 1.5, under 12. Brewers Dodgers 9:10 Eastern first pitch. The Dodgers are minus 140, totals 9. Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers. Freddie Peralta for Milwaukee. Now, Peralta's 11-4 with an ERA of 2.66. The righty's punched out 118 batters and currently has a stingy 1.06 whip. That's really not overly shocking. These Brewer pitchers are allowing just 7.7 hits a game for the year. They actually find themselves in the middle of an 8-game winning streak. And they're facing a Dodger team who lost 6 out of their last 8 themselves. They were pretty dismal at the plate during that stretch. The Dodgers averaged only 2.3 runs a game during that time frame. And out of their last 10 gatherings with Milwaukee, they've certainly had problems with Brewer pitching. The Dodgers averaged just 3.1 runs a game during that span. And no real surprise, 6 out of those 10 gatherings did stay under the total. Dodger games went 60% to the under in their last 10 themselves this year. Meanwhile, 3 out of Milwaukee's last 4 on the road stayed under the total. I like the Brewers plus 120, under 9. Next and final breakdown, Astros Mariners, 9:40 Eastern first pitch. Seattle's minus $1.25, totals 8.5. Logan Evans for Seattle, Lance McCullers for Houston. And despite his struggles, McCullers is still averaging over a strikeout an inning. Houston pitching has been tough to hit against this year. The Astros lead the league in strikeouts per game. Just 7.4 hits per contest they're allowing. And they're squaring off against a Seattle lineup who's definitely struggled at T-Mobile Park. Seattle's in the bottom 3 in hits per game at home. No real surprise, the Mariners are in the bottom 5 in strikeouts per game at the plate. Now, total-wise, Seattle's last 4 straight at home did fall under the total. Houston with unders in 60% of their divisional road games. Give me the Astros plus 105, under 8.5. That, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Blue Jays plus 105, under 8.5. Cincinnati plus 1.5, under 9. Kansas City minus $1.25, under 9. Phillies minus 130, over 9 runs. Pirates minus 135, under 9. Padres minus 135, under 9.5. Tampa Bay minus 120, over 8.5. Tigers plus $1, under 9. Guardians minus 135, over 8.5. Cubs minus 145, over 8.5 runs. Atlanta Braves plus 105, under 9.5. Diamondbacks plus $1, over 8. Rockies plus 1.5, under 12. Brewers plus $1.20, under 9. And give me the Astros plus 105, under 8.5. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And just a friendly reminder, if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium page, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks, that Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.